All right, good morning. It's Friday morning, about 7:30 at Fontana Marina. Well, that's not Marina. Fontana Resort Hotel, or whatever you want to call it. So after I got snacks, right after the last video, somebody said, "Hey, there's a guy with a kilt down at the Marina store." I'm like, oh really? So we go out there, and there's Solo. We thought he was long gone, but it turns out he wasn't feeling well the day before and got off the trail at Great Gap and went to a hostel. So we actually passed him, and then he passed us in the morning while we were still in the shelter. So we caught up to Solo. He's staying here with us, so he and I are sharing a room. Ron and Katie got a room, and we talked him into rafting with us today. So Solo's staying with us here for 2 nights, so that's pretty awesome. I think it was only really 11.5 miles into the road yesterday, so short day, but it was a fun hike. So we got a shuttle coming at 9:30, and then take us over to the NOC. Got to resupply food today for 4 days, 5 nights. So I got to take food inventory here shortly, but last night we had some beers, went down to the restaurant, gave the guy a total runaround just trying to order some scotch. Like, down here in Scotch-Irish country, no one drinks scotch, so it was crazy. But we had pizza and fried pickles and salads and a bunch of other stuff too. It was a good night. So slept in a bed, feel pretty good, just sore and stiff. So anyway, we're having a little trail reunion later today. I think Don will be there, of course. I think Nick Cockadoodle will be there. I think the girls, as Don calls them, will be there. So we're gonna have a little crowd. It'll be fun. That water's ice cold, so it should be refreshing after all the hard hiking we've done, and then you're going to the Smokies tomorrow. So anyway, catch up down the trail. Hey, just want to do a quick update here at the NOC. Took a zero today to go rafting. So we're with Don and Zach, and it was really cool, a lot of fun. And then we got the trail crew, tramily, if you will, I guess, for lack of a better term, chilling back here. We got some pizza on the way. Probably last time I'm going to see a lot of these guys, but I tell you, this is the kind of stuff that makes it worthwhile being out here. You meet some great people that totally strangers, but you fully trust, and have a lot of good memories with. So anyway, awesome to be here. Tomorrow morning we're going to tackle the Smokies, and during Memorial Day weekend. So it's going to be an interesting few days, but it'll be awesome, because anytime you get to go to the Smokies is an awesome time. Okay, it's Friday morning. It's been raining. The Smokies right across the lake here in the clouds. So me, Solo, Brooklyn, and Jersey are heading into the Smokies today. We went back to NOC last night and rafted. Our shuttle guy is supposed to pick us up at 8. Apparently he showed up at like 7:30 hoping we'd be ready to go, but we didn't know. And as we're walking across the bridge at 8:03 to go get in his car, he drives off because we weren't there. And man, that was ridiculous. So we called around and tried to get him to come back, but it never happened. He called me back later. It was kind of like, well, you know, I was there at 7:30 and you guys weren't there at 8. I said, well, I called for a ride at 8, not 7:30. And we left at 8:03. He's like, well, it was after 8. It's like, well, shit, dude. Wish you would have waited at least 5 minutes, maybe 10. You know, we were going to pay him to drive us. And instead he just drove away. It was kind of weird. And he acted like it was our fault. But anyway, Solace gave us a ride back to the hotel last night, and we all crashed hard. And so now I'm just walking along the edge of the lake down to the dam, across the dam, deposit hiker permit, and we're officially in the Smokies. So big long hard climb today up to the ridge line. I'm trying for 4 nights. I think Solo's trying for 3 nights. Depending on how I feel, I might try and keep pace with him. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It's Memorial Day weekend. There's gonna be a lot of people around. So anyway, looking forward to tackling this section and checking down the trail. All right, it's about 12:30 up here on a big overlook, just very close to Shuckstack Fire Tower. I think it's right up the hill there. I've been hiking for about, I don't know, 3 hours, maybe not quite. It rained for a while and it stopped and it started again. I'm freaking soaked clear through with sweat. That rain jacket sure keeps the rain off, but man, it holds the sweat in, so it's pretty miserable. So I'm glad it stopped raining. I just keep thinking about when Justin and I did this hike in 2012 with basically planning 3 nights from Fontana to Newfound Gap, and man, we were struggling up this beast. And man, I'm just trucking. I'll stop and take these short little breaks to catch my breath, but just flying up this mountain. So anyway, trying to get to Russell Field, so hopefully I can get a view at Shuckstack, but it might not be worth climbing. It's so cloudy. Take a quick break and then keep on trucking. Okay, I'm up here on Shuckstack Fire Tower. I'm partway up. It's pretty beautiful, but really windy. And I'm freaking terrified of these things. So I don't think I'm going to go all the way to the top, but it's really pretty. I think I'm going that way into the Smokies. But yeah, making good time. I'm thinking back to when we did this before and it was such a trudge, and then just to like run up the mountain is pretty awesome. So took a quick break for some food, get some more energy. I'm gonna keep on pushing on. I got some miles to do. Okay, made it up to the Gregory Bald Trail Juncture. We are 6.8 miles from Fontana Dam Trail. I think I've done a little more than that today, just because we started at Fontana Dam Marina, which is a couple miles behind that. So basically this means that I'm on the crest of the Smoky Mountains on the state line. So this trail here behind me and behind me, that's the North Carolina-Tennessee state line. So more or less ride this ridge for the next 70 or so miles through the Smokies. So 3.1 miles to the next shelter. I plan on staying at Russell Field, with this 6.4 miles away. It's 3 o'clock. So, you know, making good time. Gotta stop and get some water at the next spring, and then just keep on powering through. Feeling great. That 0 day yesterday, man, that was totally needed, and definitely feeling a lot of energy today. Hasn't rained anymore. My shirt's soaked, and it gets a little cold when you stop moving, but it's cloudy and windy, and so definitely probably be glad I brought my warm weather gear come later this evening. So anyway, trying to make tracks and catch up to Solo, and then try and get to camp in time to relax and catch up on my journal. Quick update here in the rain in the Smokies. Started raining last night, so we dove into Molly's Ridge shelter, checked the radar, and big storms coming, so decided to hole up there for the night. We had a full shelter with through hikers and section hikers and weekend hikers. Still raining today, supposed to be raining off and on, but we're in the Smokies. Solo's challenged us to do a 20-mile day today to Double Springs shelter, so started at 8. We'll see how far we can get. Okay, update from the AT. It's 10:40, I think, in the morning. The rain stopped. Still pretty cloudy, but we're getting up here on the ridge line. Maybe a little bit of a rainbow back there, but anyway, Rocky Top is up there, and then Thunderhead Mountain. Making pretty good time, especially now that it stopped raining. Take the rain gear off and try and start moving. But yeah, it's beautiful. I hope the clouds clear up. Amazing views up here if you can get the clouds out of the way. I'd love to see it. I know there's some people here that have never seen it, so I'm hoping they get to experience what it's like up here on the ridgeline in the Smokies. But anyway, a lot of miles to make today, so just gonna keep on going. Okay, taking a break up here in Rocky Top. I was hoping it'd be sunny, but basically socked in with clouds. Sun's trying to poke through, but really not much to see, which is too bad because this is an awesome spot. I've done 7.1 miles this morning, which is pretty awesome. I'm averaging 2.3 miles an hour, so I feel like I'm going slow, and I'm the last of the hikers, the through hikers, so I'm bringing up the rear. I'm doing 2.3 miles an hour, and these guys are just blowing ahead of me. It's crazy. So my plan is to do another 5 miles to the shelter and have a hot lunch, and then push on the rest of the way. Try and make this a 20-mile day, which is definitely doable, I think, which is interesting because that's, you know, I'm looking back to my last trip up here, and basically what I'm doing in one day took us 2 last time. So I don't know, feeling okay. My left ankle is kind of sore, but a little bit of ibuprofen can fix that. So you know, maybe the sun will come out a little more and dry some stuff off. But anyway, feeling good, making good time, and blowing through the Smokies since there's not much to see right now. So, all right, we'll check in later. Hey, trail update from the Appalachian Trail. It's 6:15. It's been a long day of hiking, about 10 hours on the trail. I'm in between Siler Bald Shelter and Devil Spring Shelter. Everybody I know is at Devil Spring, so I'm hurrying to catch up and get there. It's been a pretty miserable day with the rain and clouds and cold, and
No views at all. Got to Derrick Knob Shelter, and basically all the through hikers and section hikers, everybody just piled in at once, and somebody made a fire, and we're all trying to eat and stay warm. Pulled out all our cold weather gear. That was a tough section, but since then trail got a little smoother. So anyway, check it out, Clingman's Dome, 4.3 miles away. So we'll be there first thing in the morning. And so tomorrow's all the Smokies highlights: Clingman's, Newfound, Charlie's Bunyan. So hopefully the clouds move out and we get some good views. But anyway, got to finish this last push and get into camp, and probably need to set up my tent. So I need to get there soon so I can figure out what's going on. All right, good morning. It's I don't know what time it is. 7:50. Just leaving Double Spring Gap Shelter up into the pine forest on the way to Clingman's Dome. Yesterday was a tough day. We did 20 miles and it was cold and rainy and wet and whatever else, high elevation. So pretty good accomplishment. Lots of good people at the shelter last night. It was cold, really cold. Slept in all my cold weather gear. So, and it's still cold this morning, but the sun's out. So hiking up to Clingman's. I think we're going to Gatlinburg. Didn't really plan on it, but Jersey burned his shoes in a fire last night, so I think he earned the name Burnt Rubber as a trail name. So he's got to go to town and buy more shoes. And then my clothes are all, everything I own is wet, so I'm hiking in my pajamas. I think even Solo wants to go to Gatlinburg, so maybe we'll get down there and catch part of the Indy 500 on TV, and maybe spend the night. We'll see. It's Memorial Day weekend. So anyway, sun's out, and get up to Clingman's, get some good views, and start the morning. Third day in the Smokies, and this is the first big view. Almost up to Clingman's Dome. We're up above the clouds. This will be like the umpteenth time I've been at Clingman's. The second time I've come from this way, but only the first time ever that I've hiked here all the way from Springer Mountain. So it feels pretty good. Clingman's is the 200-mile marker of the AT. So here in a few minutes, I'll have done 200 miles on the AT. Plus the approach, so 209 miles in the last 2.5 weeks. Feeling pretty awesome. Okay, made it to Newfound Gap, Memorial Day Sunday, about 2 p.m. It's a circus as expected. We got some trail magic back here, hanging out with some other hikers. We're going down into Gatlinburg, got a hotel for the night. Got some errands to run, new shoes, pain meds, ankle brace, restaurant. We'll be back on the trail tomorrow. I've been here 100 times, but I never walked here from Georgia before.